Hi, this is Lorene, and I've been guided to create another video. If you'll give me a minute to clear, center, and balance my energy, we'll get started. There are several items that came in this week that stand out the most, which I'll bring up really quickly. One was about the asteroid, or what was described as a second moon, 2025 PN7, the collaboration between 3i Atlas and 2025 PN7. And then the final thing that came through was all behavior not aligned with the greatest good of Mother Earth will be prevented, stopped, or mitigated. So we're at a place right now where this unbalanced energy will not be allowed to move further forward. But there are some nuances that should really be discussed related to that. And I'm just going to say it right now. People who are ready to transcend, who are ready to move to what the esoteric community calls the 5D, will start experiencing less fatigue, less stress, less anxiety related to what's going on in the world. And people who are not ready to move to the next cycle, who will be repeating the 3D cycle, will still experience that stress and fatigue about what's going on in the world. And that is rooted in perception. Because as we expand, we start to perceive the world around us from a different place, from a higher, what's been referred to as a higher perspective, but I feel it's a more expanded point of view. And so I'm just going to backtrack to 2025 PN7, that second moon, or it's actually an asteroid. What came through very clear was that it is a staging area and an observatory. So it's a staging area for preparing for first contact, and it is an observatory to observe what's going on Earth. So they, beings of love and light, are observing the goings on our planet to make sure that they can prevent, stop, or mitigate and intervene in anything that happens that may risk the well-being of Mother Earth. And that's the priority. But when they protect the integrity of Mother Earth, they are inadvertently protecting us. Okay? So as 3i Atlas is the primer, the terraformer, and the greeter, which is preparing our atmosphere, our land, our air, our soil for first contact, and clearing and cleansing everything to help us with our evolution, with our expansion, I don't know what to call it, PN7, 2025 PN7 is preparing for that second phase of first contact. So they are actually collaborating and working together. So last year sometime I was watching a show, and it's relevant here because it was a sci-fi romance, which I enjoyed, but the main character, who is from another world, their people terraformed an asteroid to travel through space, and then they would leave that asteroid to go to different worlds to observe and collect samples, which I thought, wow, how clever that was. And this is before I even knew about 3i Atlas, and I'm like, what a clever story. Then 3i Atlas came around, and then 2025 PN7. I don't believe in coincidences. I don't believe in coincidences. They're all synchronicities. I believe 2025 PN7 is either an asteroid that is been bored out and they're creating a staging area there, or it's camouflaged. It's whatever it is, the staging area is camouflaged as an asteroid. I strongly feel 3i Atlas is not a natural body. The object that we know of as 3i Atlas is not a natural body. I strongly feel it is not camouflaged. I strongly feel that we will not see any images of it accurately, but I do believe that there are organizations and there are people who have very clear images of 3i Atlas. And they know exactly what it is. And I'm just going to leave it at that. I feel that very strongly. And I am not worried about not having a clear photograph of 3i Atlas. I am very trusting of my intuition. I am very confident in my connection to the divine. And I'm very confident in the information that I receive intuitively. And I am, again, strongly guided to share that information. And I strongly suggest, recommend, encourage you to work on tapping into your own intuition, solidifying that connection to the divine so you can receive your own messages, your own information to help you in discerning what is truth for you. Another very strong message that came in right before I started this video was that first contact has already happened. First contact is happening right now on an energetic level, and I have had very strong visions of it. And I call them visions. It could be remote viewing, it could be astral traveling, but very honestly and sincerely, I've been strongly guided not to take classes, not to go to other people to help me learn how to tap into my intuition. And so I don't really discern on how I receive information, but I have had very strong visions. I've seen it clearly, meeting with different beings from actually one main being, and it was a male, and he had someone to his left and his right standing slightly behind him, and he was I would call him an amphibious being. I didn't draw a picture of him, but he was, I might try to draw a picture and then post it like in picture or something, but he was clearly an amphibious being. And he was in that staging area, and I could see the observation window behind him. So I'm absolutely positive that he was on 2025 PN7. The final thing I want to say is these beings of love and light that are tasked with first contact, who have been intervening to help and aid Mother Earth and humanity, are courageous. They are courageous. One of the things that is well known across the universe, but definitely in our solar system and in our galaxy, is that Earth is a treacherous place. It is a treacherous place. And these beings that have come here to help us are profoundly courageous. They do not work from the ego. Nothing they do is from the ego. Everything they do is to support Mother Earth and the greater good of this world. That is their path and purpose at this time, and they are guided by their connection to the divine. Just like I tap into the divine, I listen for the messages and I follow divine guidance. I do that 100%. I don't doubt it, I trust it. These beings are the same way. They tap into their divine self, they tap into the divine consciousness, and they receive the messages that help them or guide them on their path and what they're meant to do. They're not working from ego. And that's the most beautiful gift that we're being given in these moments. If you'll give me a minute, I'm going to see if there's anything else. There's two small things I'll add. No one is allowed to go to 2025 PN7 without an invitation. And they use our systems. They are using our satellites, our AIs, computer systems, everything, telescopes, whatever we have, they use to receive information about what's going on Earth, so they can stop, prevent, or mitigate anything that needs to be addressed. And they do this from a loving place. They do it from a balanced place. There is nothing to be afraid of. There is nothing to be afraid of. They are here for our greatest good, to help us through this challenging time of transcendence and divergence. Okay? Divergence from those who are transcending and those who need to repeat this cycle. Okay, that's it. Thank you.